Welcome to the Running Network Show. Join us each time as we explore the people, the places, and the events that shape our great sport.
Hi, this is Paul McMullen and
Jennie McCafferty
for the Running Network and Michigan Runner. We're here in beautiful Cadillac doing an Olympic recap from Beijing 2008, and we wanted to talk a little bit about the field events. And the field events produced several gold medals in a couple of areas that we weren't expected, and there's a couple real inside stories we'd like to share with you. First of all, let's talk about the greatest athlete was crowned. He is Bryan Clay from the United States of America. He won the gold medal in the decathlon, and just a phenomenal performance considering the conditions he did it in, especially in the driving rain and everything. 8,791 points, put him at the top of the list. And what do you think about the little Hawaiian there, Jennie?
Well, I don't know how little he is. He might be little for a decathlete, but I saw him. Actually, I had a chance to meet him, and he's charming and gracious and humble and thoughtful, yeah, which I guess you have to be a good decathlete. He was so far ahead on the points. He had won so many events that he basically kind of jogged around the last event, the 1,500 meters, and came in last because he knew he had the gold medal and all he had to do was finish.
All he had to do was finish. And that's hard at the end of a decathlon not to cramp, because if he cramps, hits the brakes, it's not going to go well. So Bryan Clay, gold medal, world's greatest athlete, does it at the Beijing 2008 Olympics. Gotta love it. All right, secondly, we have an interesting story with the high jump. One of the events at the Olympic trials that really hit me in the heart, we interviewed him, was Jamie Nieto from Eastern Michigan University. 4th place in the 2004 Olympic Games in Athens. Was not allowed to get into the Olympic Games. Even right after the Olympic trials, he hit the qualifying stand for the high jump. And believe it or not, there was another story that was very similar, and a different decision was made and a different result came about. Well, I'd like you to tell us about it, Jennie.
Andrey Silnov from Russia didn't have the qualifying standard either, although he'd done well in the Russian trials. So somebody pulled some strings. Somebody from way high up in the Russian government told the Russian Olympic Committee to let him in the games. He did get the standard afterwards, so they let him in the games. He has the meat of his life. He jumps to get what medal? The gold medal.
Wow. And
not only that, he's the one carrying the flag for the Russians in the closing ceremony. So
unbelievable.
He wins it all.
And don't you love an underdog story? And wouldn't I love my alma mater, Eastern Michigan, Jamie Nieto, to also be there? And I know Bob Parks has been tearing up the emails on what could have been for Jamie, and it was disappointing that wasn't able to work out. You congratulate the Olympic champion from Russia and the politics behind him to get him there. It's pretty cool. All right, the other gold medal in the field events was the women's discus by Stephanie Brown-Tafton, and she had a heck of a throw at the right place, the right time.
She made it to the final, and it was her very first throw. All she had to do was sit back and wait. Nobody was paying any attention to her, and she wins the gold medal. And it's very exciting to see that happen to somebody. And it's the first gold medal for the U.S. in that event since 1932.
Whoa, that's a long time. That's amazing. Anyway, favorite moment of the field events, definitely the decathlon for me. Very spiritual moment because my brother was a decathlete, and Bryan Clay, you can't help but cheer for somebody like that. How about you, Jennie?
Well, I'd have to pick Bryan too, but I also have to pick the women's pole vault, which is always fun to watch.
Yeah.
And I pick it because the Russian Yelena Isinbayeva broke the world record for the 132nd time or something. I mean, it was almost the one race that didn't have to be run.
Yeah.
Jenn Stuczinsky from the U.S. had a phenomenal performance. Most of the time would get gold. This time got silver. Everybody was happy for her except her coach, who balled her out.
No.
So,
it's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough not to be able to break the world record at the Olympic Games. I don't know if I was her coach, I'd be balling her out, but maybe he knew how high she could go, and she was under potential. Who knows? Anyway, this is Paul McMullen and
Jennie McCafferty
for the Running Network and Michigan Runner. Thanks for watching.